Hello and welcome to Go, my favorite sports team. My name is Markiplier, and I'm here with your sport news of the world, including a new segment this week.
New segment.
Yeah, a new segment this week.
New segment. All right.
Yeah, a new segment.
Okay.
Why you sound so...
I don't know. I'm just surprised.
It's a new segment, and it's new.
It's a segment.
You knew about it.
I did know about it, but I didn't know it was a segment. I just knew you had a thing that you were doing.
It's a part of the show. You segment
okay, so
it's a
segment. All right.
Anyway, the guy who's questioning my every move is Tyler, and he's going to leave.
What? Not yet. My alarm hasn't gone off.
Huh.
Editor, insert alarm, and then I run and leave.
Doesn't make any sense. Because it's going to happen in the future.
You're right.
Why have they inserted a different one?
You're right.
All right. Well, in this podcast, we talk about the world of sports. I have some fun things to talk about, but I can't start until
the timer,
whatever he's got going on,
goes off.
You know, we could have just waited to start the episode.
We could have. You're right. You're right. You're right.
How long has it got?
It is 2 minutes.
All right. 2 minutes, huh? Well, all right. I'm gonna send you something. I found this TikTok channel, and I swear I didn't follow the guy, but I woke up the next morning and I was suddenly following him, and then he was following me, and then he was in my friends list, and it was like, friends, I infamously follow no one on TikTok, but I like 2 of these or 3 of these. And I think TikTok was like, you want to follow this person for sure. And the only issue with that is the friends list behaves funny.
In the sense of, like, what?
The friends list is automatically populated if you follow each other. So it's like, oh, you're friends. So it opens up this whole new segment. It's like, friends.
Oh, yeah, the other tab.
You know, TikTok's always
Did that not exist beforehand? Because you...
Not that I know of. I've never seen it because I've never followed anybody.
Right.
But it's just like, I'm just assuming... Either way, it's like it puts it there against your will because it's always trying to get into your contacts. Like TikTok is so notorious about, let us into your contacts. Let us into your contacts.
Oh my God, yes.
Let me know who your contacts are.
Let people message you. Let people message you. Let people message you.
No, it'd be problematic and you don't understand. Anyway, I found this TikTok channel and I think you'll enjoy this.
You can't do that.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. So this is a compilation of the very first game of the season or something.
Hey, I doubt it. Silver, away! No, it's my turn.
I love the fact that they put Tim the Tatman in here because he's a huge Cowboys fan, and they just suck every year.
Infamously.
Patrick, what am I now?
Stupid?
I'm in danger.
Firmly grasp it in your hand.
Want to see me do it again? Do it again?
There it is. Okay. All right. Don't worry, everyone at home. You weren't even watching this because can't. Anyway, it's just Game Face Sports 88 and made funny compilations. So that's all I'll say about that.
That's funny. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I do like that a lot. So is that like the main account that you follow now for sports?
I don't follow any sport. No.
Oh, you unfollowed him?
Yes, because I did not intend to follow them.
Oh, right.
No, it was. I did not follow them.
Okay. You never followed them.
I never followed them.
It just decided
but TikTok
to make
made me follow them because I like too many of their videos.
That's messed up.
That's why what happened. I never press the follow button.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I don't follow anybody on TikTok because I like the For You page.
Makes sense.
Your food's burning. Welcome to the podcast. So this is the podcast where we're going to talk about sports in all of its glory. And there's so much glory to be spread in the world of sports today.
Yes. There's plenty of news.
Mm-hmm.
the Cincinnati Bengals have officially traded for quarterback Joe Flacco.
We reported that on Distractable first, live as it happened.
Wait, really?
Yeah, actually, it'll be like weeks late, but but literally in the middle of an episode, Wade interrupted and be like, "Breaking news! Joe Flacco's coming to Cincinnati." And so he hilariously said, Joe Flacco, 80 years old, and I looked up Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco was born in 85. And I said to the guys being like, look, I don't know if you want to make fun of him too bad. Born in 85. And my friends were born in 89. So like, I don't think you should be saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. So yeah, he's coming to Cincinnati. What does that mean for us?
Not a lot. I mean, Joe Flacco is an older quarterback. He's more seasoned compared to Jake Browning, who's the current quarterback for the Bengals.
Nothing happened.
Nobody saw anything.
The listeners didn't know.
Yeah. But it really doesn't change anything because the issue still exists with play calling and however the offensive line is coached.
Yep.
So I think they're going to force him to retire. I think he's going to get beat the hell up because he's less mobile than Jake Browning.
Uh-huh.
And he's not going to make the team any better.
It's not like he's trained with any of them, so.
Yeah, he's more experienced. Apparently, one of the biggest things was running back Chase Brown went on record talking to the news when he was interviewed about first impact of Joe Flacco's first practice.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Zach Taylor, the head coach of the Bengals, who I think should be fired in my opinion, told Joe Flacco to play.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Flacco, like only a few seconds later, basically told everybody the play, like explained it perfectly, almost like word for word, like his memory is incredible.
That's good.
So that's something that's good. And he might be better at reading defenses, but his touchdown to interception ratio is worse than Jake Browning. There's a lot of other things that exist that it's like, is this really an upgrade? Is this actually going to fix any problems?
Well, the Jake Browning hasn't done very well since that first game where he subbed in.
Correct.
He hasn't done well in the other games.
But even then, he wasn't doing great because he threw a bunch of picks in that game too.
I see.
But the issue isn't him. It's he has no time to throw the ball.
Oh, because the offensive line isn't actually doing anything for him.
And it's because of how the play is designed, how the pass protection is designed. They're not running the ball under center. They're not able to run the ball. I mean, the run blocking is horrendous. That Chase Brown has been horrible this year after being one of the best fantasy running backs last year. So it's a mess. I don't think this fixes anything. And they paid a 5th round for a quarterback and a 6th round pick. So.
Is that good?
No, I think they overpaid.
All right. Well, there you have that.
In other news, Cristiano Ronaldo has become the first footballer, first soccer player, to reach billionaire status.
Wow.
According to the latest Bloomberg Billionaires Index, Portugal's net worth estimated at $1.4 billion.
From what? Endorsements?
Endorsements, salary, businesses, things like that.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, that guy. Yeah. I see. Well, good for him. That's a lot of money for a footballer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure exactly. Does he still have to play football? At that point, like, you do everything as a hobby. If you're a billionaire, everything's a hobby, right?
He does it for fun. I mean, he's incredibly good at what he does.
I'm sure if he made it to this kind of pay level to do that, but at the same time, it's like you could go into the woods.
He could live completely off grid.
Then again, I'm not the one to say that. I wouldn't do that even if I had $1 billion. Which for all Forbes knows, maybe I do. I just haven't told him.
In horrible sports betting news.
Horrible? There's good sports betting news?
No, but I just like putting the horrible in it. NCAA Division I has officially voted to allow athletes to bet on pro sports. As if that's not opening a gateway to betting on their own sports.
Wait, so the college level is able to bet on the pro level sports?
Yep. NCAA Division I Administrative Committee gave the green light Wednesday to a proposal permitting student athletes and athletic department staff to bet on professional sports.
So when did the whole idea go from like, no, sports betting, it's illegal, to like, everyone should do it?
including athletes.
Including the athletes. Well, one step removed. We can't have them doing that.
Yeah,
In
you
the
know,
league,
it's
that
not
would be
like they're
illegal.
friends with the people who are in the pros that they previously played with on the field of battle in sports.
It doesn't make any sense because this shit should be illegal. It should be.
Oh, yeah.
And if anyone is listening to this podcast and you hear a sports betting ad after that, we did not authorize that. That gets put there against our will. No matter what we say, it still fucking happens. So don't do it.
It's the biggest gateway. One, it's addictive. Two, it's being publicized in a mass way that if you become addicted to it, then you're watching it. Because if you watch sports at all, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
And then the main thing is the organized crime that can exist with fixing of games is so easy to do in sports.
Yeah.
It's so impacted by one human's performance.
It's insanity that this is just it's so smoothly slipped into it. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a point in time, like outside of Vegas, you know, because Vegas always kind of had the sports betting thing and that was like localized there. But the online world of sports betting accessible from everyone's living room around the world. What are we doing?
Also,
What are
the
we
amount of
doing?
content creators that are in ads for
I
that
know.
now is, I'm
Because
like,
they're paying money hand over fist and people want money over ethics. So they just
Yeah.
take the deals.
but we don't.
We don't take the deals. Those ads are automatically placed because the sports betting companies search by like, I want to hit a target demographic. Give me all the sports podcasts. And then the automated systems, because nothing is done by hand anymore, just slap ads on there.
In other horrible news, this one more misogynistic. Formula E chief rejects women-only series. Formula E's co-founder and chief championship officer Alberto Longo urged motorsport to compensate for decades of missed opportunities rather than create women-only series. Oh, actually, that's a little bit better, maybe. He says, I firmly believe that if women are competitive, they should race against men, not have their own championship.
And
He thinks they're of equal caliber.
Do they already?
So.
I remember like Danica Patrick and a
Yes,
few other
but that's
names
not
like
in
that.
Formula E.
But that
the
was in
issue
NASCAR,
is,
right?
But the issue is there's still barriers. People are like, teams don't want to hire them necessarily. Like there's still an issue of misogyny that exists within the sport world in general, and especially in motorsport. I mean, we talked to Samantha Tan, like it still exists.
Right, Samantha Tan. I was trying to think of her name. I just couldn't.
No, you're good.
I
You're good.
apologize. Make me seem like I remembered that. Make Tyler forget. Make him forget.
Who was that person? Who?
You misogynistic asshole. That was Samantha Tan.
I thought you were about to say it wrong still.
Nope. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But then again, in so many spheres, people don't realize, because a lot of people don't exist outside of their own spheres, and this is how it becomes a problem in the first place, is that misogyny and racism are extremely prevalent all around the world. Emphasized heavily in many of these other sports. Everywhere you look, it still happens to this day, which doesn't make any sense because like racing is one of those things where the gender gap is basically non-existent. The other factors that play into like the differences between men and women don't come into play for racing, and it's like it's I don't know. It's mind-boggling.
Shooting sports too.
It'd be like if in it's Formula E in esports. I know it's not the same, but it's like if esports was like, oh, women can't play this
Which
game,
they do.
which of course they
It's
do.
horrible.
Yeah, and it's no, it's not even that it's horrible. It's intentionally mean, but it's just dumb.
It's stupid.
It's just ignorant and stupid.
It has no basis on anything that
you're shutting yourself out from 50% of the population as a skill pool. Like you as a manager making a business decision to try to find talent. Oh my God, there's so much talent in half of the world that you haven't looked at. And I'm not saying that there's also things to be said about girls getting into racing, which probably is extremely prohibitive. So the talent pool isn't equivalent to 50%. I know that. But at the same time, it's like, man, you should start to cultivate that because that'd be a wealth of talent if you could just like one generation's worth of cultivating that talent. Man, you would see huge gains.
Not to mention the outlier in the sense that it is a rarity, which then becomes more marketable.
More marketable. Like there's so much more money in it than they know.
Yeah.
It's just like, no. Anyway. It all comes back to Caitlin Clark. I think Caitlin Clark should get into racing. I always thought
Golfing, racing,
golfing. No, let's not get
the shank that she had.
No. But racing.
Racing.
If there's one thing for tall,
Yes.
larger than average women to be part of is racing.
Yes, just get into that race car where it's beneficial to be smaller.
No. Not in Formula E for extra large. Cut me out. Couldn't make the joke.
Well, I have an interesting sports news thing.
Oh, look at those arms, girl. You've been working out, haven't you? Look at
So apparently the U.S. women's rugby
That's a real
team
good
got
concept.
Barbies made of them.
We wanted to put in the muscle
So
build.
they're
I'm so proud of it. I'm
showcasing,
so proud of what it's done for me. It's
like,
taken me to
the
amazing
women's
places, so I
rugby
wanted Barbie
players.
to
I
have
can't
that
listen
as
to
well.
two
So
people
she has
talking
broad
at
shoulders,
once.
she
You're
has
good.
big arms. And I think that for young girls playing with that, seeing that, they'll see that beauty comes in so many different shapes and sizes.
Yeah, wow, I love it. I think it really looks like me, to be honest. It's really cool because growing up I didn't necessarily play with Barbies, but I think that's because none of the Barbies looked like me. I hope that campaigns like this change the narrative for young girls in sport and show that you don't have to look a certain way, you don't have to be a certain way. If you like doing something, do it and don't be told otherwise by other people. You know, I wouldn't be here today if I listened to the amount of people that told me to stop or told me that rugby wasn't for girls. But I never listened. Now I've got a Barbie doll.
2, 3.
I'm a Barbie!
That's very cool. Honestly, I feel like they could have made that one more muscular.
I agree.
Because
100% agree. She's
saw
a monster.
on TikTok, which I have. The next segment is a couple TikToks I have to share. I've been training it for more sport related TikToks, and I saw a compilation of like her and then the New Zealand lady. I can't remember her name. Like just like comparing the two of them.
Yeah.
Because she's bigger than the New Zealand lady, and the New Zealand lady was already a menace. So yeah, it's. I don't really like watching rugby because I'm like,
Oh yeah, the hits.
Yeah, and it's so fast paced that like I like watching things passively, even sports if I do watch them. But yeah, it's been brutal.
Yeah, but it's really cool that Barbie is showcasing sports, like women in sports. This is obviously a good thing in the sense of bringing it to a broader audience, getting younger women into sports from the early days, like when they're young girls. And so they find something that, you know, it looks like them, it resembles like them, and it showcases the fact that it's like, you can pursue this if you are interested and have that desire.
In other news, was Kevin Durant traded?
Probably many times.
I think he was traded to Phoenix. No, to Houston.
That was in July. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The largest trade in NBA history finally came together, which centerpiece Kevin Durant joining the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan. Oh my God. Okay, so this is a multi-team trade.
Oh God.
Rockets got Kevin Durant and Clint Capela. The Suns got Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Kama Mulak, Rasheer Fleming, Kobe Bray, Daquan Plowden, 2026 second round and 2032 second round pick. The Nets got a 2026 second round pick and a 2030 second round pick. The Warriors got Alex Tui and Jemai Mushak. The Hawks got David Roddy, 2031 second round pick and cash. The Lakers got Thoreau and cash. The Timberwolves got Zakarski, a 26 second round pick, a 32nd second round pick, and cash. All of this is one trade.
Holy shit. I couldn't keep track of all that, so damn.
Here, I'll show you the list. This is the list.
Woo!
And it's, you can see I have to scroll
Man,
still.
the Suns got a whole lot. Holy shit.
Yeah.
My God. Okay, well, good for them. That's nice.
But picks going all the way.
Timberwolves got cash.
So did Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers and Hawks. Money.
Woo!
I mean, it makes sense.
But that happened on July 6th.
Okay, so
apparently.
that's slightly older news.
Yeah.
Got that. In international news, rugby, again, World Cup happened in Twickenham. Okay, England. Okay. Twickenham. Are you really? Twickenham. You got Twickenham. Fucking Twickenham. I thought we were a serious country here. I thought we were having serious international politics here. Twickenham. Oh, man. Woo.
What a name.
I'll go to my city in Texas called Truth or Consequences. There's legitimately a city called Truth or Consequences.
What?
It's famous. You could look it up. I don't think it's very big, but they've done a few films there, and it's just such a strange sight when you're driving through, or maybe it's New Mexico. I can't remember.
It's New Mexico, yeah.
Truth or Consequences.
Truth or Consequences.
It's, I mean, I don't think it's very memorable, except that, like, I think they filmed Eddington there recently, and it's just kind of just this random town.
It was originally founded as Hot Springs, but its name changed to Truth or
Maybe
Consequences.
There weren't Springs in it.
Part of me makes me think that this whole city is just a like courthouse.
Maybe. It could
Tell
be.
the truth or face the consequences.
It could be. Anyway, not as dumb as Twickenham. Yeah, bunch. I'm not even going to read the rest of the sports. Some things happened in Twickenham, and it was kind of crazy, I guess.
We have a list of qualified teams for the 2026 World Cup.
Oh, yeah? Who's that? That's in the U.S., right?
Yeah, the following is a list of teams that have qualified for the 2026 World Cup, which will be hosted by the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. So it's in North America on June 11th through July 19th.
Where?
Where in the U.S.?
Yeah, where in the U.S.?
It's multiple cities.
We got Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Vancouver, Dallas, Guadalajara, Houston, Kansas City, Mexico City, Monterey, Atlanta, Boston, Miami, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Toronto. And I'm saying, why isn't Cincinnati on this list? They got a nice new stadium for the soccer.
That's true.
Why not Cincinnati? It's a hidden gem of a city. Everyone loves it that goes there.
It's the Queen City.
The Queen City.
German founded.
Oh, man.
But the teams that have made it so far as qualifiers are the hosts, Canada, Mexico, and the U.S., Australia, Iran, Uzbekistan, Jordan, Korea Republic, Japan, Egypt, Morocco, Tanzania, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, Uruguay, and New Zealand. 19 of the 48 teams, so 19 have already qualified.
Well, good for them. Glad they don't have to go to Twickenham. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no Twickenham for them. No Twickenham.
All right, it's time for sport talk.
Sport talk, the new segment.
Yes, I want you to listen to something.
All right.
All you listeners, actually, I'm going to send you a video. Watchers are going to see something, but listeners, you just get to listen to this. It's a bid to have a certain sport be covered by us. And it's more like, I didn't know you were this badass.
Is this just...
Well, way to spoil it. No, editors, cut that out. I'm letting the listeners listen so that they can hear it and then guess what it is. So everyone at home who was listening to that, guess what sport that was? It was as intense as it sounded. It was nuts. People were diving. People were gunning for it. It was like breaking the sound barrier on some of those whacks.
The way they changed directions and got up after diving was insane.
It's
to me.
insane. It's like
they went off screen and then they were back. And I'm like, what?
Like they had to slow it down just so you could follow what was going on. Anyway, that was badminton. I got a glimpse of badminton when I was watching the Olympics because I didn't realize it was Olympic sports. This was a couple Olympics ago, maybe like the one before France.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how intense badminton gets at that level. It is like, you know, ping pong, everyone's like, ping pong, they get it, that at a certain level, ping pong is unreal. Badminton is just as crazy, but it's on a bigger court. Like, it's crazier than I think tennis could be because of the way the shuttlecock works. It has this ability to stay in bounds because it goes crazy fast, and then it kind of floats downward, straight down, because it'll stop and then go down, so it stays in a lot more. So people have to play it a lot more. It's inherently good at keeping the game going if the players are good. So that volley was like 1:15, just pure action. That's crazy. Athleticism is nuts to be able to chase that stuff down. So we should cover badminton.
We have.
No, we haven't. Next, you're going to say we've covered hockey.
We have.
Why don't I remember it? Did we?
We have.
Did we? Everyone home, please say we didn't. I need you to believe this. We definitely haven't.
We have.
No.
We have.
Editors, make it true.
They're just going to delete it from existence.
Well, yes, please delete it. Sam, delete it.
No.
Delete it. Delete it.
We covered it.
When did we cover it?
A while ago.
When?
It got posted on the YouTube channel a month ago.
I know, but when on the real the real place.
Let me see. I gotta scroll.
I don't think this ever happened. I'm not seeing nothing.
April 24th, 2024.
That was forever ago. That was so long ago.
So long ago.
And also that didn't happen.
That happened.
Never. Then why?
It was even before we changed the naming convention for the titles.
What do you mean? When did we do that?
Just recently, that we're not just calling them primers now. We're coming up with names that attract more clicks.
I don't think we did. Whose
Yes,
decision?
you told
Whose
me to
decision
do
was
that.
Whose decision was that? I don't remember.
That was yours.
I don't think it was mine. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, we should do a badminton primer. And more people should get into badminton. I think that it's a good sport for everybody to enjoy. And man, I can't wait to teach you about the wonderful sport of badminton.
Next time I'm not available for an episode, we need an episode. You just need to do a badminton.
I'll do a badminton primer. Don't worry, I got this. I got it. Don't you worry about me. I have another video. This is actually talking about football in a more, you're going to think I'm really smart, okay?
Okay.
Because, well, I mean, I didn't make the video, so but I watched it and I understood what was going on there. I'm shamelessly stealing from whoever this is. It says on there. So this is talking about like some technicals of football from the O-Ash NFL, Theo Ash.
Tier Tart has to be the biggest winner of week 1. He got to slap Travis Kelce in the face with very little repercussion. That had to feel kind of good. He then proceeded to ruin the Chiefs' entire game plan in the fourth quarter by batting not 1, not 2, but 3 Mahomes passes, stymieing the Chiefs' comeback attempt single-handedly.
So he goes on to a much more in-depth and really good explanation of how this happened and how we got to this point. Did you see any of this?
Yeah, this showed up on my TikTok too.
Oh, okay. So you saw this one a while ago.
This was the first game of the season.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Look, man.
Hey, I'm proud of you. Listen, no.
They don't know about it at home.
You're right. I'm proud of you for cultivating to get sports content on your TikTok, and you're watching this stuff.
Anymore. I'm not even going to try anymore. I'm going to expunge. I'm going to reset my search history. I'm not even going to look up a single sport. Anyway, so number one, I didn't know that the contract of the guy defending him was $94 million. But it was interesting because is this a new concept to have like a defensive lineman read the quarterback like that and be able to predict when the throw is going to be?
No, that's actually a common strategy.
Oh, okay.
It's become more prevalent. In the older days of football, the offensive line, if you jump to try and knock down a pass, would literally punch you in the balls. That is no longer a legal thing to do.
That was a legal thing to do?
Yes, it was. So when you're pass protecting, it's the offensive line has to give ground because they can't cross the line of scrimmage. Unless it's a really quick pass where you can do run pass option, there's a 3-yard grace in front of the line of scrimmage where you're allowed to be. So when you're doing pass protect, it's called pass pro. You're moving backwards, so your momentum is already backwards. So if the defensive line gets their arms engaged with you and reads the quarterback's eyes, they have enough separation to jump and knock the pass down. But it's also the offensive lineman's job to try and prevent that. So if they jump, you shove them. So if they go in the air because they have no, traction on the ground, boing, onto their back.
Right. Well,
So-
in this particular case, for everyone who hasn't seen this at home, this guy, he wasn't jumping. He was simply reading the tell, like a poker tell of the quarterback. And once it was slowed down, it's like, oh, it's very obvious. He goes, slap. And then he goes to throw. So I'm sure he's training that out of himself immediately, because nothing like having your weakness exposed in slow motion on live television over and over and over again. But yeah, it was super interesting to see this completely throw everything off, because when you're in the middle of the game, I highly doubt that you can go like, don't reveal your tell, or even like the people up in the bleachers up above to be able like, he's reading you. Are they able to do that?
So the interesting part about this goes into film study, because this is something that I did in water polo before it became popular in water polo, because I had played football beforehand. People have tendencies. It just happens. And so part of the thing when they talk about quarterbacks tapping the ball, that is something that becomes just a repeated thing when you're about to pass or when you're about to do something. You just unconsciously do it. And this is something that Patrick Mahomes does. And if you watch enough film, you can pick up on those tendencies. I did that same thing when I played goalie in water polo. There were people that would never shoot the ball if they were looking at the goal. But they would look away. They're now considering shooting.
So it's like that's their tell.
That's their
Their
tell.
attempt to not tell has become their tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they'll do 2 pump fakes and then throw, or 3 pump fakes and then shoot. Like, there are tendencies that people do, and if you study enough film, you're going to figure it out.
Yeah, because the problem is, no matter what, we're creatures of habit.
Yes.
And we're also very good at pattern recognition. So not only are you able to give a good tell, no one can be truly random unless they're a new player. And you see those videos on TikTok. I get those videos all the time where it's like a pro soccer player trying to defend against someone who's never played soccer, and they're not falling for any of the feints or anything. It's just like, I can't get by this guy.
Yeah.
He's so good. Because it's like he doesn't have enough skill to have any habits, so he's completely random in all of his decisions. He's just reacting.
You don't know what that move is that would normally do something else. So you're like, ball didn't move. I'm just watching the ball.
Ball.
Yeah.
So in a way, training out of those habits is really, really difficult. It's why I think that even not even in just sports, but in a lot of disciplines and artistic skills, it is a easy hole to fall into of like training bad habits, because you don't automatically get better by practice. You get better. You get better at whatever you're doing. And if it's a bad habit, you're going to get really good at doing the bad habit. That's why getting out of those bad habits is very difficult, because your brain is so wired to do everything because you do it so much.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm trying to rewire my brain to drink more water, because I realized that basically I have not been drinking water at all. Like my water consumption, I drank like a cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
A cup of coffee in the afternoon.
Which, by the way, generally does slightly dehydrate you.
They say that
there's
it's
a
technically more water than you would lose because it's still liquid. I think it's generally.
But then there's the diuretic effect.
That's what they say. But at the same time, I think it's okay. But either way, not good for me to only do a cup of coffee.
Correct.
And then I like drink some water to take my pill. And then I have another cup of coffee. And then at night, I'll have like a canned carbonated drink. And that's at most 4 cups of water. Not the recommended amount.
2 liters.
It's actually more now.
Yeah, but 2 liters is the minimum.
Yeah, they say like now the general consensus is 35 to 45 milliliters per kilogram of body weight.
Yep.
Which for me equates out to like 2.5 to 3 liters, and for you like 15 liters.
Yeah.
Fatty.
What?
I'm so sorry.
That's why I have the big gallon jug.
Oh, why is it only half drunk? I'm on my 5th refill of this 40 ouncer. I'm chug way too much. I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. I don't need to keep going. I got nothing to prove, man. I know the story. Yeah, but apparently, because I was always wondering, as tangent, but I was looking up hydration science like as it is now. Because I know that everyone being like, drink as much water as possible. That's not necessary and can be harmful. But I think it's generally, I was like, okay, I probably don't get enough. And then the science actually where it is right now is like, you do need a good amount, not as much as people say, but more than you think. And if you're not getting enough, your body becomes accustomed to not having enough. Your body is very adaptable. It will become used to not having water and be very good at holding it in, which means that your body just gets used to being in that state and your thirst level will adjust to it. Same as if you start drinking, it takes actually weeks to get adjusted back to drinking more, which is why right now I go to the bathroom every fucking hour. But soon, how does creatine play into that? Doesn't
Creatine is water retention. It pushes water into your muscles.
How much does it increase it for like hydration factors?
I don't know enough, but I know I can't have it because the water retention then it has other effects on the kidneys.
Is it more than just the muscles though? Does it do water retention across the whole body?
It kind of is.
Because the brain also, it benefits from proper hydration because your brain needs your whole body needs a lot of water. If you have more protein in your diet, you need more water to break down the protein because it breaks down from proteins to water and ammonias, things like that.
It's primarily into the muscle cells because creatine is stored in muscle cells, so it pulls water with it. There's something called a pump when you work out. Part of that is because you are creating creatine in your muscles, and thus you are putting more blood and thus more water into your muscles.
I see.
So they get bigger because that's blood flow, and then it stays that big even after you stop working out for that moment because that water is still being retained there. So
gotcha. Anyway, I'm just trying to get more water in my body, so I'm drinking. Carrying this around has been nice.
Yeah,
not sponsored, but I would.
You ready to get into the Am I the Asshole Sports Edition?
Sure. Yeah.
Right. I sent you the link to the doc, but we're going to be doing a couple of I Am the Asshole Sport Edition questions.
Oh, we got
that
a ton
have been
here.
submitted.
Holy
yes. So this is going to be more than one episode. I figure we'll do 2 today.
Okay.
So if you wanted to read the first one, you can.
Okay. All right. And these are from Reddit posts that we've researched up? Okay.
Yes. So if you click the link, you can get the official post and see.
Got it. So this is from Stricting?
That's apparently his name, yeah.
All right. Anyway, it's a throwaway account, probably. All right. Am I the asshole for not allowing my son to play sports after he reaches high school and also telling my wife she is wrong? I am 48-year-old dad to 2 boys, Daniel, 15, and George, 12. Daniel is almost a carbon copy of me.
He's a clone of me.
Yes.
Me, more of me.
And I was bad at sports, so he can't do sports.
Yeah, he looks like me, and he shares many of my interests, nerdy type things. My other son is George and is very much the opposite. Even when he was younger, he never had any interest in any of those things. He always liked sports. It comes from my brother, who at one point lived with us when George was young. Fucker. He introduced George to sports. Bastard.
Wait, does this mean that maybe your brother slept with your wife and that's why he's interested in the things that he was interested in?
Look, man, that's getting too far. That's getting too far.
You're right, you're right. Well, unless we find the Am I the Asshole for sleeping with my brother's wife?
There's probably 10. Look, I maintain that on Reddit, all of these subreddits at this point, every post is fake.
Oh, yeah.
Every post is fiction. Everything's a creative writing project because, like, there is some drama out there in the world, but there are so less people that are going to offer it up to the internet, especially considering that even if you scrub the names, if you have these detailed accountings of what happens, people read Reddit all the time. Oh,
they're going to figure it out. Well, there's a whole podcast dedicated to Am I the Asshole Reddit posts.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway. Continuing on with the guy whose brother slept with his wife. This led George to eventually beg my wife and I to let him play. We were hesitant, but we eventually enrolled him into baseball. He loved it. He had fun, the bastard. That's not in there, I'm adding. I'll be honest, I don't really care for it, or any sports for that matter. Growing up, I was the black sheep and had no interest in sports. Sadly, now that my son is 12, I see a lot of the jock types that used to mess with me. He has the exact same attitude, and it honestly bothers me. He also bullies his older brother. Things like turning off his computer while he's playing or taking his food and eating it. He's 3 years younger, by the way. Anyway.
Hold on. I just want to interject. This sounds like, 1, he needs to get over past issues. Therapy would be very helpful. 2, parenting is probably useful in fixing the other problems that he just listed. Just throwing it out there.
Look, we're not parents, so we can't
You're right.
judge someone's parenting that much. I can judge their grammar, though. Anyways, my son recently told his mom and I that he really wants to go to a different high school because they have a good baseball program and football program. I told him that was out of the question. For one, he's not allowed to play football at all. It's way too dangerous. I also told him he will be going to the same private high school his brother goes to, and he will not be allowed to play anymore. I told him he's going to put all his focus on school, and if he wants to join other activities like theater or music, I will support that, but sports are a no-no. He obviously got very pissy. He began to curse me out, which I told his was unacceptable. He said, quote, "Fuck you," end quote, and stormed off. I grounded him and said he was to quit baseball immediately, and I will be taking his phone. To my surprise, my wife intervened and said I wouldn't be taking his phone, nor will I stop him from finishing the season. Later that night, George told me he and his mom already agreed to him going to the other school and that his mom would drive him to and from.
Sounds like they're potentially separated or divorced if you keep saying his mom in that way.
Well, he said he said the next one's my wife. I was told, so he did. I told my wife she was undermining my parenting instincts. I said sports are a waste of time and I won't support him the rest of his life because he chooses sports over an education. My wife called me an asshole and said that I had no right to act the way that I did, but I feel like my son disrespecting me and cursing at me was worse. Now, this is 2 years ago. Mind you.
I'm going to step up and say, yes, you are the asshole for undermining your child's interests, for one. And for two, sports don't take away from education.
Yeah.
They add to education in a way that some things don't. Sure, there are side effects if you were around the wrong coaches and wrong people, but
I would say not always. I'd say that it has a potential, much like other curricular activities have the potential to add to education, but not always. I don't think it's exactly fair to say that if you're in sports, it will add to your other studies.
I think it is because you develop body awareness, which isn't necessarily educational.
Yeah, but not by default. The only reason I'm protesting is this is a blanket statement, and as a blanket statement saying sports will improve, XYZ for everybody is like it's in the same way as theater is.
There are takeaways
there's takeaways from everything.
Yeah,
like give and take. It can, and there are people that do, but as a guarantee. So like that in an argument, I'm not sure.
I also would like to point out that when I was in sports, my grades performed better than when I wasn't in sports because of a time management issue. Because I was forced when I wasn't practicing to do my homework, whereas if I had more time, I didn't manage my time properly and didn't do my homework.
For you and for people like you, it definitely would work. All I'm saying is
there are plenty of people that don't.
Plenty of people that it wouldn't work for.
Yeah.
And plenty of people that would use sports as a path to be like, I don't need academics. I'm going to go pro. There are people that think in that's vein.
That does exist, and that bothers me a lot.
So there are extremes to all this. I get it. So let's break this down, right? Backing up a few steps.
Going to the other high school, I don't think was important.
So this is where I would understand if this was another high school that's like in another county over or something, or in another city.
Yeah, then I would be like, no, like it's more work.
But the difference is his brother's going to a private school.
Yeah.
So the public school is right next to it, most likely. And obviously, private schools are sometimes small enough that they don't have sports team because they don't have any extracurricular because their entire focus on education.
And public schools
usually do because they're funded entirely through their sporting programs mostly.
And they're also cheaper.
Yes.
In Ohio, around Cincinnati, most private schools had more prevalent sports programs.
Yes. Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Moeller, St. X.
I guess I don't know which ones are private.
A lot
schools
of the Christian academies, because they recruit athletes to come to the school.
I see.
And they are able to pay coaches more because they attract
Ohio
better
is
talent.
Generally a very big sports state.
Historically, Moeller would pull people from other states to go to their high school to then make it like to play competitively.
Milford sure didn't.
That's so true. But yeah,
at least for football. Yeah.
So like from my experience, private schools tend to have more prevalent.
But it seems clear that this one doesn't.
This one doesn't.
Yeah. So I'm guessing the situation is there's a public school and a private school in the same area that they both, because you can't just sign up for another public school.
Yeah.
You have to sign up for the public school in the district.
It could
that
be
you
another
live.
private school.
It says public school. So I'm assuming that that's the situation. So there is something to be said about you as a parent wanting your child to have the best education possible. But then you would frame it to your child to be like, look, I understand you want to play sports. You can play sports that are available at this private school, but we're paying for this private school because we want you to have the best education possible. And maybe that public school has bad ratings. Maybe it's a bad public school. Maybe it has a great sports program, but really bad educational. And you could,
which does exist,
which totally exists. And you could say like, look, as your parent, I'm going to pick the one that's going to give you this, you know?
Yeah.
And also, I think it's probably less now. You would be better saying this. Is football as dangerous now as it was?
Yes.
All right.
I am a proponent of today, and I stand by this. Even my neighbor down the street, when I was wanting to play football when I was younger, told me to wait until junior high.
Mm.
And the reason he said that is because you start in youth, you can get concussions, you can get all of this stuff, especially during your big developmental stages.
Yeah.
And so then I joined in high school and junior high, and I got injured because I'm injury prone because of my chronic illness, my chronic disease. But football today, because I think mostly because of the pads, people feel invincible and they fly around and treat themselves like rockets. If you are not trained properly, if you are not coached properly, I mean, you are going to have issues with your back, with your neck, all of it, head, because there's players in the NFL, there are players in college, there are players in high school that still lower the crown of their helmet for a tackle. That is asking for a broken neck and back. And we're talking spinal cord issues like Ryan Shazier eventually had in his career. And it ended his career. And so to this day, like as a parent, I don't want my kid to play football. I played football. I played in college.
As a parent, you got something to tell me, man?
If I become a parent.
Okay, I was like,
that's in the future.
Congratulations.
No. If I was a parent, I also don't want my kid to play football.
Right. You know, if I didn't clarify that, the subreddit would
somebody
go
would be like, what? Tyler? And I'd be like, huh? Oh, no.
Oh, my teenage son.
Yeah. Oh, no. But so I understand that perspective. Baseball, less so. There's not as much stuff in there. But
yeah, baseball, I understand. And if I don't know if he's going to the public school right now, but just in general, there's a few issues. He clearly is playing favorites of the son that's like him.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Yep. Even in the language that he's writing this, it's a problem. And really, he's putting his childhood bullies into his son and treating him as if they are that. And it's like, that's so unfair to your child.
Yeah. That trauma from his own experience, he is then projecting.
Yeah. And he's seeing it in the behaviors, but I bet he's ignoring the behaviors of his other child in return because, look, brothers are going to fight.
Yeah.
They're going to fight. It just happens. It's the way it is. So, and they're going to mess around with each other. I mean, some more than others, but, just generally it does happen. But I'm willing to bet his view is skewed. There is the issue of his wife making a decision
without him, but he might be the me or the highway kind of type of guy anyway, and he might not listen to reason otherwise, so it's kind of has to be. That's neither here nor there. There's enough to determine he's an asshole outside of that moment. Yeah. So first one deemed asshole.
Which, if you look in the comments of this post, is pretty universal.
Yeah.
And for exactly the reasons that we're talking about. Oh, there's another one. You're the asshole with the caveat your son's mom shouldn't be making unilateral decisions. I see why she did, though, which is exactly what we were saying.
Yeah. All right. This one, this Am I the Asshole is 6 years ago.
I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to listen.
Is by Prestigious Thing. Am I the asshole for injuring my opponent in a sports match? Based on that question alone, I'm going to say yes.
Well,
but we're going to get some info. We're going to get some info.
We don't know if it was intentional.
I was playing in an organized tournament for basketball. I'm the kind of player who is known as an enforcer or scrappy. Basically the guy who will dive for the ball even if it means cutting through a player's legs, throwing a few elbows here and there, grabbing someone's jersey to slow them down, and giving hard fouls if a player tries to get into the lane. Pretty much anything I can get away with or doesn't break any hard rules. Essentially a guy who you'd hate to go against, but would want on your team. Now, I'm a proponent that if you're going to foul somebody, you make it count.
Yeah.
You make sure that they aren't going to score a basket, but you're not punching somebody in the face or something like that. So this actually is very similar to how I played basketball, but I wasn't intentionally throwing elbows. I'm just a bigger bodied guy.
Right.
The tournament I'm in had some pool matches, so every team got to play multiple games. Our team made it to the playoffs, and we barely won our first game. But I got suspended for the next game because of an incident that happened towards the end of the game.
Okay.
Basically, this guy I was guarding got past me to try and tie the game. I couldn't catch up to him, so I grabbed his wrist. He had his arm yanked, fell to the ground, and he also dislocated his shoulder.
Also, just happened to side
Arm
tangent.
yanked, just happened to
His
dislocate.
arm became yanked, and his shoulder was suddenly dislocated by powers that be.
His arm was suddenly on the floor.
No one could have predicted this action.
I didn't know he was a crash dummy.
Clearly, I had nothing to do with it. It just
No.
occurred. Anyway, okay.
It was my last foul to give, and I didn't have the intention of injuring him, just stopping him. It did result in almost a fight breaking out, and the refs had to break everything up. In the end, we won, but the officials and tournament committee decided to suspend me for the next game. I already apologized to the guy I hurt. He told me off, but whatever. Not my problem. But now I'm being told by my friends and teammates I need to consider changing my game because people complain too much about how my play risks injury. I'm saying that I'm not breaking any rules. I'm taking any fouls I get called for and live with the results. Basically, my argument is I'm playing within the rules of the game. Well, technically, what he did there is not within the rules of the game.
No.
Fouls are literally called because they're outside of normal play of the game. And if a ref wants to call me for something I do overly aggressively, then that's on them. But if they aren't calling that, I'm going to keep doing what I can to give us an advantage. My teammates pointed out that I've been suspended as a result, but this is the first time it's happened. I don't know. Every team in the pros or even college has that one guy who plays overly aggressively and as an enforcer. But I'm not here to make friends with the opposition. I'm here to win. I just want to hear from people on here if I'm an asshole for not opting to change my game.
All right. He's really underselling what he did.
Yeah, he really
He's
is.
not describing it, therefore it's worse.
Yeah.
Okay? If a guy who lives by this mantra is saying, I grabbed his wrist, he got yanked, his arm game dislocated, is like, clearly you yanked him hard enough to dislocate his arm.
And not only that, you purposefully, with intent, grabbed his wrist.
Yeah. And pulled.
Which is outside of the realm of playing the game.
Yeah.
Because playing the game, it's like you try and make a play. You try and stop the ball. You're not trying to tackle and destroy a human.
Yeah, exactly. And I get this I don't get it, but I understand what they're trying to say and do when they say this mentality of like, look, there's a limit on the number of fouls. That's the legal amount. I'm allowed to go up to it's like, look, I understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's like that's the type of gameplay in any sport that I don't like.
Agreed.
I don't like it. It's not good sportsmanship. It is exploiting the rules, which are only there to prevent an immediate ejection from an error or a mistake, like the reason there are buffers on that to be like, hey, don't do that again. It's a warning. That's the warning. And some people are like, the warnings are like, all right, check. All right, I got 3 more warnings to go. It's like, that's that. I hear people. I hear when they say that. I don't agree with it. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop them from doing it because the rules have to exist in that capacity or else it will be overly punishing to things that actually, if it's like just like 2, you get 1 warning and then you're out, everyone would say like, that's too much. Then you'd lose players for just playing the game and it getting aggressive, which does happen. But that's not the case here. That's not what we're arguing.
So when I said at the initial part, he plays similar like I'd play or was describing that.
Yeah.
I got further. He does not play like I play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bigger guy and I don't go in with the intent to like hit somebody hard or to, if I'm out of position, I'm not grabbing them to stop them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to run and get to that position. And then if I go up for the block and run into them while I'm going for the block, that's in the realm of me trying to go for the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it with intent to hit anybody, cause harm to anybody, not grabbing them. It is within the realm of playing the sport.
You know what this reminds me of? I saw this compilation of LeBron on TikTok again. I've been getting a lot of sports TikToks.
Oh, yeah.
Of him every time he's like tried to get a ball from going out of bounds, and he just ends up smashing it into another player's face, just boom, as hard as he can, bang, like just getting destroying other people. Anyway, that's totally unrelated. But it is like the intention. The reason that I said what I said before is because that's exactly what it's trying to protect.
Yeah.
Players that are like going for it is 100% going for that ball, but they're going for the ball, and then the other people can do whatever they're doing, and it can just so happen that they pull the ball away and then they hit them right in the face, right? That happens in sports. That's why the leeway is there. Not to, I'm going for his face because I get free freebies.
He's shooting too well. Let me rip his eyes out.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's not what it is.
Christ.
That's not why the rules are there. And
that's why flagrant fouls exist, because in basketball, if you do something that is not within the realm of the game, like you hit somebody in the face or you do what this guy did, that's an automatic ejection.
Absolutely.
And that's a flagrant foul because it is not playing the game. It is not inherent to the game. And what he said about enforcers existing and playing the way that they do, they don't. There are big guys that when they foul, it's hard because they're hitting a smaller dude or they're going for the ball and they're just a big bodied dude like me. But they don't do what this guy's doing.
This guy is obviously an asshole because he is intentionally doing these things and intentionally doing them with enough force and will to cause sometimes irreparable harm. Like people are like, oh, dislocate the shoulder, you pop it back in. I fell off a roof, hit my shoulder. It's never been the same since. I didn't even break anything. I just fell on it funny.
I'm rehabbing a tear in my shoulder currently.
Exactly. These things aren't just casual, right? Injuries can last a lifetime, and sometimes and often they do. And so you play this way, you got ejected. Yeah. You want to know why? Because you were an asshole. You got the asshole ejection.
You should have been ejected earlier if based on what you're saying.
Yeah, it's probably just because they didn't have too much video or anything to replay. They just have to hear word of mouth. But it's like, I'm assuming this is high school level.
It seems like it's club level. It's organized tournament for basketball. It doesn't say it's
okay. So it's just like
which is also where they're literally massive brawls because of people like this playing in tournaments. I've had that. Like I played in a pickup a tournament, Nothing But Net in Cincinnati. And Nothing But Net had to get rid of their adult basketball league because there was an insane brawl that happened there because of people who played like this guy.
And what's funny to me is like not realizing that there's probably, and this is psychoanalyzing too far, but there's a little bit of narcissism in here. It's the idea that if I'm doing it because everyone's doing it. And it's like, no, not everyone's doing that. Not everyone's thinking that way. Your way of thinking is not what everyone's thinking. And it comes across in this sentence here. I pulled it up. Is like, I already apologized to the guy I hurt. He told me off, but whatever. Not my problem. Is like, I'm sure you said sorry. That is not an apology. An apology is making amends to repair what you did, not heal him, but just like make it clear that you are sorry for what
having
you did.
remorse.
Apologizing. Anyway, and also saying like, not my problem is like, I don't know about you. That can very quickly become your problem. If you get enough people pissed at you for hurting their friend or being the guy hurt.
That's a lawsuit.
It's not just a lawsuit. You could get your ass kicked. You could get killed. It could very quickly become your problem. Why do you think that your actions do not have consequences? Anyway. Beyond just the game.
I will like to note that he did make an edit at the end. Okay, I definitely have a lot to think about. I'll work on modifying my game so I can still be aggressive, but don't end up injuring people.
That's nice.
So
okay. All right.
That's good.
And this was 6 years ago. Let's see where he is today.
Yeah.
No more posts.
I also want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
The mentality of doing anything to get an advantage because you only care about winning is not the mentality to have.
Yeah. It might be the mentality some people think they need to have. And I get it's super competitive to get into these sports and super competitive to go far in them. But at the same time, if this is just a club level and it's a tournament, I guess, but it's not the NBA.
Also,
It's not even collegiate level.
win at any cost is against any level of sports integrity and competitive integrity. That's like you'll cheat. You'll go outside of the realm of the sport to make your team have an advantage.
See, even by default, I don't think of that. I'm like, well, win at any cost, like put your body on the line. I'm like, okay, I could get that. Oh, cheating. Right.
Yeah,
I forget.
cheating
or flagrant foul. Oh,
doing things to gain an advantage because you want to win your bet that you just placed on the one team. You know, the problem that exists why sports gambling shouldn't exist.
Yeah, well,
So
good thing that's all in the past.
yeah, I know.
This is 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. It doesn't exist
What was
now.
6 years ago? 2019.
It was pre-COVID.
what
This
a
guy
magic.
he never got to play basketball again. COVID happened.
He really didn't. Wow, he didn't. Holy shit. Damn. Ugh.
It's his fault we had COVID. He needed to be punished.
You're right. You're right. This was the straw.
But yeah, 2 for 2 on assholes so far.
Yeah, well, there's plenty more, so we could do a follow-up episode. That's for sure.
For sure.
I mean, I'm sure people enjoy this. It's very fun. We could make this podcast just about Reddit stories about sports. I'm sure there's a whole world of it out there.
Yeah, but we don't need to do that.
Well, we got badminton primers to do.
And hockey primers to do.
Yep.
So, but that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a fun time.
I have a great idea.
Yeah.
We'll do a whole year of hockey primers. Call it Hawkasaurus. Every day is another hockey primer. Okay, you getting me? Yeah, you feeling it? You feeling it?
365 hockey primers.
It'll be enough to comprehensively cover the sport to the where people would be happy.
What's the average length here?
Oh, hour, hour.
We don't even hit an average of an hour on these episodes.
We'll get there. We'll record for 2, cut it down to 1. We'll get there.
We'll learn hockey and play it ourselves.
No, of course not. We don't have time. We're doing
How
the podcast.
many versions of hockey are there?
Definitely not 365.
There's probably at least 50.
Probably.
But
Street, sleet, yeet, beat, meat, beat your meat hockey. That's it.
wet.
Sheet, wheat, bleat, which is sheep hockey,
Neat.
but that's sheep is a different neat hockey, cleat hockey, creek hockey,
Well, break doesn't rhyme with creek, so I was like
fleek hockey, streak hockey, naked.
cleat hockey.
I said
Oh,
repeat freak hockey, repeat hockey,
eat
complete hockey,
eat hockey.
complete hockey,
Hockey pocky.
hockey pocky, ooh, fleet hockey, which is like ships.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That could also be planes.
That's it.
All right.
Leak hockey.
Give us 365 hockeys so we
Yes,
can make
please.
this happen.
Yes, that'll be so fun. Everyone would love it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support us in other ways or interact with us, send us more Am I the Asshole posts potentially.
Or other Reddit-based stories.
Or videos that you found helpful learning sports. Reddit.com/r/GMFST and merch coming soon, store.gmfst.com.
Very soon.
So,
Pay attention on the Discord. We'll do an early release there.
yes. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.